is Cheryl, and I'm a zebra. I will explain. First of all, I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm pretty scared because I'm talking about something that I've never talked about before, and I'm scared. So, I've had a total of 12 orthopedic surgeries, and I know that that looks and sounds really, really bad because I own a gym and I've devoted my life to fitness. So how is it that I've had so many injuries? It would make perfect sense that people would assume that I don't know what I'm doing. And so should I be trusted if I keep hurting myself so badly? Let's back up several years. I was hospitalized for a complication to a surgery I had had. And I was laying in bed, stuck there for a week. And I was really, really scared. And I thought at the time, I'm gonna post on Facebook because that's just what people do. And I was not even close to prepared for the reaction that I got from other people. And that reaction was, I was judged. I was judged severely. And exactly what I just mentioned, people assume that I'm not reliable. Because how can someone who's had so many injuries laying there in a hospital bed be worthy of teaching people how to move properly? So fast forward a couple of surgeries. The most recent one, admittedly, a knee replacement. And I got a diagnosis because for years and years, I wondered, something has to be wrong with me. What's going on? Why is it that I keep getting hurt, but yet I'm not doing crazy things? Everyone assumed that I was working out and training like a mad woman. But I knew that I wasn't, and yet things continued to happen. So I went to a rheumatologist, and he looked at me and looked at my x-rays and said, you have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, EDS. What in the world is EDS? That's silly. So I learned. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a group of disorders that affect connective tissues supporting the skin, bones, blood vessels, and many other organs and tissues. Defects in connective tissue cause the signs and symptoms of these conditions, which range from mildly loose joints to life-threatening complications. Think about what connective tissue makes up in your body. Right? We have bones, muscles, tendons, ligaments, blood vessels, internal organs. And suddenly I found out that there's something wrong with my connective tissue, and it gets worse. There's no cure. So whereas someone else can do a long jump and land perfectly fine, maybe they topple forward onto their knees, I swing my arm and I tear off my bicep tendon. Suddenly I had a diagnosis, I had an answer for why, but they said there's no cure and there's no way to stop it from continuing on. And that was really hard to hear. So the symbol of people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a zebra. And the reason behind that, medical students have been taught for decades that when you hear hoofbeats behind you, don't expect to see a zebra. So in other words, look for the more common and usual, not the surprising. So when you see someone and they look a certain way, it's really easy to think, well, they're just the same as everybody else, right? They look normal, they look fit, or maybe they're not quite so fit, they're young, they're old, they're just like everybody else. And sometimes it's not. So take-home message is sometimes when you hear hoofbeats behind you, maybe it is a zebra. So I'm a zebra. This isn't what I wanted, definitely not what I planned for. And as a result, over the years, and 12 surgeries later, I've learned a lot about how my body works and how bodies in general work. I could have really easily given up and just sat home and felt really sorry for myself, because there were plenty of reasons. But I decided to take this on as an obstacle to overcome, kind of like a puzzle to solve. I was told, well, you need to stop exercising. You need to stop weight-bearing exercise. You need to do water aerobics. I'm not kidding. But it made sense to me that if my joints were loose and my tissues weren't stable, then I needed to make them strong to support my shoulders, my knees, my spine. And so I found a path, not necessarily a solution, but a path that works for me, that kept giving me something to look forward to. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I'm asking you to be compassionate, because it might not be horses behind you, it might be a zebra. You don't know what's going on in other people's lives, what's going on under the hood, what they're dealing with. I'm also telling you this because when you feel stuck and you feel like there isn't an out, there isn't a solution, that there might be. And when you're looking at other people, what seems simple to you, like, oh, they're just having a bad day, or they have tendonitis, their elbow hurts. So what might seem simple and really easy is really real for somebody else, even potentially super scary. So what do? What I did was dedicate myself to finding a solution that worked for me. And that's not everybody's solution. It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all approach for me or for anybody. However, once you find a solution, you can explore it and grow. It gives you freedom, and I think most importantly for me, it gave me hope. And that counts more than anything. So when you feel stuck, like there's absolutely no way out of where you are, and you just want to stay home and just feel really crappy, there may well be options that you don't even know about. A saying I learned a long time ago was, you don't even know what you don't even know. Try that on. So how about this? Try this on for size. What if the hardest part, the scariest part, isn't simply getting started? What if it's just asking for help? I'm committed to helping you find a solution that works for you. It doesn't matter if it works for anybody else, but just you. Regardless of your obstacle or your obstacles, whether you've had joint replacements or you think you just couldn't possibly do it because you're too old, you're too overweight, you're too out of shape. I'm sure we can come up with others. This is your wake-up call. I'm here to support you every step of the way. I'm here to help, and all you have to do is ask. We'll do it together.